everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL Advanced Edition. First things first, as I choose a ship here, thanks for the support of the series so far, guys. I know I'm not the best FTL player in the world. I try to be better. I try to improve myself. I try to upgrade my engines. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. I'm going to play as the Kestrel because I am familiar with the Kestrel, but we're not going to call it the Kestrel this time. Instead, why don't we call it like the Winstrel? Because I'm tired. I don't want to be Kess. I want to be a winner. Doesn't even really make any sense, but let's get started. I think normal mode is probably smart for us right now. So let's start just by saving our layout, just so I can send people back. I think this is the right like permutation or configuration, arrangement of your units here. One on engines, one on weapons, one on piloting. But I want to be a little bit more, can I say, liberal about upgrading my engines. A little bit better about, like, micromanaging my medbay and making sure that my engines constantly have full power. Because I'm hearing, like, it's a really cheap way to basically really reduce the likelihood that you end up taking damage because it drastically increases your dodge chance every single time you upgrade it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to focus definitely on getting engines up. Of course, it's situational. We want to make sure we get better weapons as well. But first, let's see if we've got some new content. You come across a space station under construction. You receive a message from the command tower. Greetings, we recently lost contact with a cargo ship that was set to deliver more construction materials. Could you help us figure out what happened to them? Yes, of course. So that probably gives us a quest marker. Also, a very nice supply of fuel and missiles. That's good enough for me. It looks like our quest is going to be like all the way on the other side of the map. So we're just going to make a very meandering kind of path to get there so that hopefully we can hit as many of these, you know, encounters as we possibly can. Looks like they have a missile launcher as well as a burst laser. Generally speaking, and you can tell me in chat, because I'm looking for very specific feedback about how to improve. I want to beat FTL Advanced Edition. I'm not just playing it here to be like, oh, like, this is a game that I can get good views on. Hopefully that's the case as well. Let's send our missile lady over here to help out. And I am going to actually use an Artemis laser here to hopefully take out their weapons before they do any damage. I thought it was prudent because our shields are down. But when it comes to attacking a ship, generally the way I try to handle it, in most cases, if they're an offensive threat, I try to take out the weapons first, and I do that so that they can't do damage to me while I'm trying to do damage to them. What I'm trying to get at is basically, I feel like disabling their weapons is smart if they pose any risk to me offensively. Otherwise, maybe I'll go for shields and then engines so they can't actually prolong the fight and have a chance to get away. But I might be wrong about that, so I'm interested to hear feedback. But generally, I do like weapons, shields, engine, piloting system. Unless I get like level 2 sensors and like a firebomb or something like that, and I can have a better chance to actually hit the enemies inside of the ship. But anyway, I'm rambling already. Let's start continuing our... Maybe a little bit of an oxymoron there. You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. Now, if we have a rock crew, I think this gives us a pretty good chance to succeed and put the fire out because they don't need oxygen and they don't get hurt by fire, I think? I can't remember. So we can send our crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire. That seems really dangerous. Dock and try to rescue the survivors. Probably could cause hull damage at worst, or just leave. I'm gonna dock and try to rescue the survivors. Probably gives us minimum, or like medium risk and medium reward. Well, we got 7 scrap, but 4 damage to our hull. So that's honestly basically a wash, I think. So we're gonna upgrade our engine power and our reactor power one, so we can make... Oh, why is my oxygen out? Oh, because that's probably where the damage took place. So we'll just take a second to fix up our oxygen, and then we'll be good to go. So yeah, that was... I mean, on the first sector, to heal 7 hull damage would cost us 8 scrap, I think, and we got 7 scrap, so effectively I guess we lost 1 scrap there, but it did also give us the scrap necessary to upgrade our engine power and our reactor accordingly, which maybe will let us dodge a shot, which is perhaps worth way more than 1 scrap, all things considered. So we'll continue making our way towards this quest beacon. I'd say that went fine. Upon completing your journey, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. I don't even have the option to pay their toll, so we're gonna have to end up fighting them here. And it looks like they are basically decked out with exactly the same weaponry I am, which means, unfortunately, we are going to have to outsmart them. Actually, I think my laser is better than theirs, so we'll have to outsmart them, and maybe our machinery will help us out here. Helps out a lot that they actually missed there. I could use a missile part to avoid getting hit by a missile, because I could take out their weapon systems quickly, but I'd rather just, well, hope for a miss there, so thank God for our engine power. Now, we could accept the surrender, but that's honestly a really shitty payout, so we're not going to accept surrender. Remember that they antagonized us as well. 9 scrap is the big payout there, so we're not going to accept surrender. I've got to get back in the habit of not not using missiles until like the second sector if possible, because you want to save as many missiles as possible, of course. You definitely need those, especially on the off chance you actually make it to the Federation cruiser at the very end of the game. You're going to need a ton of missiles to get through that, and a ton of other stuff as well. But okay, that actually worked out very well for us. Next thing I want to do is upgrade our doors. See, that's way better. We got 2 missiles and an extra 10 scrap. So we got 1 extra missile and 10 extra scrap and a drone part for fighting them. Next thing I'll probably upgrade is our door system, if I had to guess. But, you know, obviously I'm staying true to the fact that I need a second bar of shields as quickly as possible as well. You detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. Let's intervene to defend the outpost. I'm feeling good about our combat so far. They have a beam and a... This is actually a pretty dangerous setup. I am going to send a missile onto their weapons, and hopefully they don't get to fire their beam before my missile at least fires. So let's wait and see if the missile... Actually, does missile... It goes through shields. Sorry, so we might as well just fire at the same time. I'm going to fire on the actual drone control unit instead. Does it not? Oh, there it is in the center. Okay. So we want to disable anything that they have that can do damage to us. And, I think we did a pretty good job there. Their drone can't really do anything to us as long as their weapons are down. So next we'll go for shields. It looks like they've completely powered down their drone control unit for whatever reason. And now they are a sitting duck. So, again, until their weapons go back up, we really have no need to worry about taking out their drone control unit. Might as well fire our laser on their engines just so they have a much lower dodge chance and can't use their FTL drive to escape. And then we'll just kill them and be on our way. What I wanted to get at earlier... Wow, they actually did manage to get 2 shots in there with 1 drone. That is very surprising to me. But I wanted to kind of continue that train of thought from earlier about thanking you guys. Well, it's a great payout there. Thanking you guys for your support on the series so far. I appreciate a lot of people have been giving me feedback like, oh, I'm so glad FTL's back. It's one of those series that I, like to make a part of my daily routine. Like Isaac, watch it for an hour while I'm eating dinner or something like that. I'm glad to be invited into your living room, bus commute, whatever. I hope that you enjoy the gameplay and we have a little bit of a fun one-way conversation as well. You find the missing cargo ship. Remember, this is our quest beacon. Docked to an empty space station. However, their hold appears to be empty and there are obvious signs that there are obvious signs that anyone is inside the ship or station. Everything looks abandoned. Should we stay near the beacon or move in to examine? We'll examine it. It looks like we have intruders on board. You dock with the station to take a look inside. However, no sooner did you open the airlock that pirates burst in. Meanwhile, scanners pick up a previously undetected pirate ship moving into attack. Well, thankfully, I just upgraded our doors, so that should make it borderline impossible for these guys to do very, very much damage to me at all. In fact, I'm just gonna try to, get that shield room losing oxygen to begin with. And I'm looking at their weapons. They have some... Oh, they are going to attack the medbay right off the bat, weirdly enough. Okay, and I close... once they get in here, I'll close it. It would be sweet if there was a lot of people are going to dislike the way I phrase this, but it would be sweet if there was kind of like a quick time event where if you close the door right as someone was walking through it, it just cut them in half, 13 Ghost style. Think about it. Think about it. Anyway, I would like to avoid using my missiles here if possible. It looks like that's going to be totally a viable strategy. I think that they actually might be able to take out 1 bar of weapon power. Nope, they're going to leave. They're in a really, really bad position right now. So they might be able to take out our sensors, but I don't know. I am pretty confident that those guys are... Well, they're going to get off the ship to start with, so that's something. Let's close all the doors, and we'll fire another burst laser at... Fire it at the engines this time, just to lower their dodge chance. Not lower their doge chance. I know what about 10% of you out there are thinking right now. We could aim for the teleporter as well. One of the things, I don't know if this happened in vanilla FTL, it's been a while, but it seems to me like they send a lot more crew members back onto the ship. Like previously it used to be like they would send crew on and then if the crew failed, then that was it, right? But now it's like they'll send crew back onto our ship once they've kind of healed them in the medbay, but their ship doesn't have a medbay, so I don't know. And again, we could speed up this fight a little bit by using a missile, but these missile parts may end up being excruciatingly valuable, really painfully valuable. Let's send all of our units back now that the oxygen levels are okay. Extremely valuable for us later on in the game, so the longer we can wait without using those, as long as it doesn't hurt us too badly, the better. Looks like we can meander a little bit more. We've got plenty of fuel, so I want to really grind this sector as much as I can. Ooh, this is nasty. So we are versus an ion and a laser on a solar flare level. So fires are going to be a real problem, but it is a good thing we upgraded our door system. I'm mostly worried about the weapons, to be honest with you. Thank you for disabling my oxygen system, you ass. Well, we'll lose oxygen, but it'll come back quickly enough that it won't be a major threat. Plus, all of their weapons are offline now, and we'll see if we can make that happen again. We did. I hope I can get a shot in on the shields before things get too dangerous here. You know what? We're going to launch a missile at their weaponry systems, and we got an augmentation and 7 missiles, 21 scrap, 2 drone parts. That's a crazy payout. We're just going to take it. And we will have some fires, but we'll be able to put them out just by using the ship's airlocks, basically. So we should be able to teleport out of here, or, you know, FTL jump out of here, which will be nice. We won't be in danger. And then I'll have a chance after our next encounter to see what that repair arm does. I think it like lowers the amount of scrap we get. We're gonna jump here. It lowers the amount of scrap we get, but it uses some of the scrap to automatically heal us, I think. That's pretty good. And since we have it, why don't we explore the asteroid field? Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Sure. We got 5 fuel as a result of that. That's pretty good. Alright, so these fires are going to be extinguished now. And we'll just close the doors, wait for the oxygen to regen. But let's see what we've got for augments. Repair arm. Repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected by 15%. That's okay. I'm happy to have it. Now, next thing we'll get is shields. It's going to cost us 50, but it's going to cost us about 90 to do it. But a second bar of shields is important. Yes, upgrading your engines, important as well, but our shields are important too. So oxygen's not great, but it's good enough right now. I mean, oxygen is great, don't get me wrong, but oxygen is not that important for us on this ship for now, as long as it's working. We can take some time to wait here. Alright, so we have a rebel scout. It's trying to get away. They have 1 laser and a beam. That's actually a pretty dangerous combination for us right now. And we may end up indeed using a missile just to land a shot on their weapons, just so they can't do any extra damage to us. Yeah, that's good. That pretty much took them out. And now, with their weapons down, I think it'll take them forever to repair. So we're just going to land some shots on their engine so they can't power up FTL. They can't dodge. And then it doesn't really matter what we hit after that, does it? Because they won't be able to get away, and they'll have basically a 0% dodge chance because it is a scout. So I think we're going to do pretty well here. And it's been a good first sector. We're stacked-ish on resources, sort of. I don't know. It's been a long first sector as well, but that's okay. Got more missiles than we spent, which is always nice, and some extra resources. We can continue doing some jumps here. Fuel has been easy to come by. Of course we end up on an asteroid field. Yeah, of course we're going to fight them. They have ion weapon and a laser. The only reason this is dangerous is because of the asteroids, obviously. It would have been nice to have a second bar of shields, but we're just gonna land a missile hit, and I'm doing a missile hit entirely because I want to be sure that we're done with this as soon as possible so I don't get torn apart by asteroids. But let's just micromanage our people a little bit, and looks like our shields have been temporarily disabled, which is really scary, but not as scary as them because they have no shields and no weapons, whereas we have weapons that we can constantly set to fire on them, and we'll be okay. So let's just close all doors. Still got 56% oxygen, that's fine. They're dead. And as soon as the oxygen gets back into that room... Oh, you know what? It may never. So let's pause for a second. And we're going to stack up 2 units in this room. And what's our oxygen at now? 49%. Okay. We're going to stack up 2 units in this room, send them into the oxygen bay at the same time so they can repair it without dying. I know you can do it. Now, hopefully we just don't get hit by an asteroid. That would be basically the worst thing. I don't want to stay here too much longer, obviously, because we do run the risk of getting hit by some asteroids and that causing problems, but I would really like to medbay up our units here, so we're going to. And then we'll send them back to their stations, and I would say that was handled quite professionally. Okay, come on, second asteroid. Good, it missed us. Or it didn't even have a chance to hit us. We can even make another jump and then jump to the exit before the rebels catch us, I think. I'm playing with fire a little bit. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not want to seem to fight you. We're going to fight them. They're probably... Yeah, they're going to try to get away. So again, this might cost us a missile part. And they've got a lot of lasers. Looks like they have 3 shots, which would be more than enough to do a ton of damage to us. But I'm going to try to land a missile shot on their engine right off the bat. Oh, here comes the danger zone. Oh, yeah, they took out oxygen and sensors. Actually, not that bad in the whole scheme of things. But obviously, we will have someone go repair those right away. Especially oxygen is something that we want to make sure, stays afloat for us. Oh, good. There's a bunch of fire in here. So actually, what we're going to do is open our doors like so. And hopefully, that'll help put out the fire. And you can just hang out in the med bay for now. Good. They had a fire in their weapon system. I don't think we really need to worry about anything else. I mean, we could launch a missile at their shields, and maybe that would make things a little easier for us. These are open, yeah. Maybe that'll make things a little quicker for us, but this is going to be over anyway. We'll aim for the piloting system. Looks like the fires are out in the sensor room. I could tell because there was not a fire icon down at the bottom again. And we'll just send people in here to repair. Ooh, you know what? You should go back to the med bay for a second, and we should depower the med bay, even though that guy's a little hurt. Yeah, actually, we'll shoot on the engines just to make sure they stay down. They shouldn't have any chance to dodge, or at least a very limited chance. And we end up picking up 13 scrap, which is pretty good. Let's send you in here to repair the sensors. And while we're waiting for that to finish, I'm going to upgrade our shields 2 bars and get 1 extra bar of power. And we'll just take 1 bar away from the shields for now, and we'll prioritize reactor power. So we'll be leaving this sector. Ooh, this was a close one. I'll wait till the sensors are repaired. But we'll be leaving this sector much better than we were when we got here for the first time, which is very nice. And 2 bars of shields, upgraded engine power, an augment. That's good news. I'm happy with it. I realize that Yaws is a little bit hurt, but health is 98. That's basically 100. If they end up dying because I couldn't get to them before, like, their 2 health ran out in a situation, then I'll be sad, but that's okay. Looks like this was basically the end of this sector, so we'll move on to the next one. Looks like if we take the upper path, or the lower path, but if we take the upper path, we can chart a green course all the way to the end. If we take the lower path, we can do the same thing, but we have to get through a nebula first. So, I'm very, very pleased with the way that first sector went. A little bit of hull damage is really the only negative there. But apart from that, some very useful experience, and we'll, again, continue with what we were doing. Pretty meandering path to kind of make it to the end of this one. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. We just basically had this exact situation earlier. They're going to try to escape again, so we'll probably try to land a missile shot. Ooh, that's a tricky room to have units in, but we'll land a missile shot on their engine so they can't get away, and then we'll just focus on tearing them up, basically. If they want to go fight us in the weapon room, by all means, basically. The real question is what's going to happen with their missile shot. It landed on our doors, which is actually kind of bad, but we'll be able to take them out regardless. Hopefully we can get the missiles down now. Let's close all doors. And, yeah, their weapons are completely offline, so this is over for them. Do I have... Oh, I need to get more power. That's the thing. Okay, oh, they teleported him away, which is a smart idea, I guess. You'll get back in here for now. And we'll medbay out before we leave, but shields are completely down. I don't think they'll be able to repair fast enough to get away, and they only have a laser up right now, so that can't do damage to me on top of my 2 bars of shield. So we'll just keep harping on the engine here, and they should be basically done. You know what? I'm going to go for the teleporter system next, just in case we only hit once. I'd like to keep them away. Actually, now we're going to go for weapons, because I want to keep their missile launcher offline, and we're good. Okay, that's fine. We're going to have to take a second to wait here, but we did get 19 scrap. We got 16 scrap, so never mind. I thought we had exactly the amount of power that we needed, or the amount of scrap that we needed to upgrade our reactor power, but we don't. So we're going to have people heal and fix up our door system, because the second level of doors is super important. And doors are fixed. Why don't you hang out in the medbay for a second? And do you need... No, you don't need any health. Okay. So everyone can basically go back to their stations now. That was pretty good. And let's keep, again, making a very serpentine way here, because we get the most number of encounters possible, and encounters are working out very well for us so far. This one has nothing on it, but that's okay. Alright. This looks like a nice, like, hub-and-spoke type area, like the Atlanta airport. Let's see what we have going on. Especially well-armed pirate ship approaches you. We can either send a crew member over to the slavers, or we'll never surrender to slavers. We will definitely never surrender to slavers, even though they have a drone control unit. That could be a real pain in the ass. It is a defense drone, and they have a bomb and a laser. We're going to throw the kitchen sink at these guys, because I actually don't know what kind of drone that is. I can't just mouse over it and see either. I guess I'll have to learn. Well, we're about to find out if it's a defense drone. We're going to launch a shot on the shields bay here. Let's see. Well, if it's a defense drone, it's not doing its damn job, is it? And then we're going to shoot on the weapons. Alright, so that did basically nothing. They did not really offer much in their own defense there. With no shields and only the slightest amount of weapons left, we're going to fire on their engines. They're going to give us a crew member. I'm going to take it. I love having a Mantis crew member. I love getting different races of crews, so we have like different, strengths and weaknesses that we can build upon and strategize for. Let's make sure to save our layout here and then jump to the next sector. This is another nice area here. Crew members, super important. We're gonna lose some eventually, probably. So, and now I don't quite have enough scrap to actually buy a crew member there, but maybe I can go back and buy another crew member if I get more scrap here. We'll see. Alright, it appears the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. Let's investigate. You find a madman living alone in a cave. From the appearance of his wrecked ship, it seems he's been here for many years. He looks healthy, but his mental state is questionable. Bring him back to your ship or leave him to his ravings. He very often kills somebody, but we're going to bring him to the ship. Yep. He killed our engines person, so that sucks pretty hard. We're gonna move on, though. At least we got another crew member to replace them. It does suck, but that's okay. So we have another, this is definitely a defense drone, but they have way less worrisome weaponry, so we should still be able to take out their weaponry. Actually, we don't even need to take out their weapons. Oh, I shot on them. There we go. We could just take out their shields instead, and that would be fine. But this is going to be an easy fight we don't need to use missile parts for. I have a syndrome when it comes to FTL, and that syndrome is I can't, not do something. If they give me the option to do something, I'm always going to do it. So it's like, well, it's 90% chance it could go wrong, but 10% chance it goes right. I'm always like, yeah, give me the 10% chance. All right, so, I mean, I know they have, crew members and everything, but the reason I'm prioritizing the systems that I am prioritizing is because they can't stop me. If I just take out their ability to dodge, there's really nothing they can offer. And if I take out their ability to fly, there's no way for them to get away. But they can't really do damage to me, so... I mean, this is a fight that might take a little while, but there's nothing that they can really do about it in the whole scheme of things. And if this doesn't kill them, but it did, but if it didn't, I could have just launched a missile at them and blown them up, so that's fine. 25 scrap as a result of that. Tons of fuel and a little bit of healing as well. Oh, you know what? Maybe we did have 25 scrap from that one, but it took 15% off to heal us. That's fine. Alright, so engine power goes up again. Like so. Alright. We'll jump. This was the crew member, so I don't think we can make it back in time. We might want to go to the store. I don't have anything that I want to sell, but we might end up getting enough scrap to maybe buy a crew member. Okay, we're never going to surrender our crew to slavers. We might get lucky here and actually, what is this? An ion stunner and a pike beam. Shouldn't be able to get through me, because the stunner, I think it mostly works on crew members. We'll see. It stunned our shields. The pike beam still shouldn't be able to get through, though. We could use a missile here, but I actually don't think it's necessary at all. I don't think they're going to be able to do damage to us. And especially when their ions actually miss. But yeah, hopefully we'll get another crew member as a result of this. It would be awesome to get a Zoltan, or an Engie, or a Rockman, or even another human, or Mantis, either way. It's all good, man. Alright, so we've taken away their pike beam. Now there's no way they're going to do damage to us. I don't think they're going to FTL away. I would be surprised. We always detect if they're going to, so I would be very surprised. Let's put it that way. We've taken their shields out. This is where they run into trouble. Shields and weapons both down. I don't know how many crew members they have, but oh, there's a fire too. They're gonna have to prioritize pretty quickly, especially now that they can't dodge or use their FTL, and they're gonna give me an NG crew member, and I feel like that's good. So we'll put our NG crew member on the shields room, and we're back to 4 crew members, and we'll save and jump. I think we have to just say no to the store. We could go to this store, but we don't need to buy fuel right now. I think we should just honestly make our way through the beacons, and we don't have enough scrap to really buy anything anyway. We could pay their toll or reject their offer. We're strong right now. You know, burst lasers is a super good weapon. I think we're just gonna not pay the toll and murder them instead. I also think that by way of this ion stunner, they actually can't do any damage to us. Just an ion stunner and a beam. So I'm gonna basically just take out their shields. It looks like they managed to confuse my my new NG crew member, but he's new here. That's fine. We'll focus on basically systematically disabling their ship. I'm not even worried about their weapons. Now they will have borderline 0% dodge chance. We should go on shields again next time burst laser's back. Hopefully we get some new weaponry. This is still very much like classic FTL, even though there's some new encounters here. So they're going to try to get away, but that's going to be pretty difficult with, you know, no engine. I guess they could just paddle, maybe, through the vacuum of space. Looks like a fire actually tore out their last little bit of health. There's a little bit more scrap for us. Our shields will wait to recharge, and good. Could we get another bar of engine power? It costs us 30, and there's nothing else to depower. You know what? I'm going to power up the, or I'm going to get another level of reactor power for now. Upgrades are always better than saving because you get something right away. Unless you're saving for something very particular. Alright. You follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver. Hail them to offer assistance. Sure. They respond, help, our shields are down and we won't last long. Let's try to shield their ship with ours. We got 13 scrap as a result. Without really any negatives. I'm very, very happy with that. Let's see here. We can trade 4 fuel for 3 drone parts. It's a terrible deal for us because we don't have a drone control unit. And we'll just head to the next sector. We'll go to the Zoltan homeworlds. I'm pleased with the way that sector went. Maybe a little bit low on scrap relative to where I would want to be, but so be it. We have some priorities on this floor. I'm going to upgrade engine power one more time. Then we're going to focus on getting a 3rd bar of shields and hopefully another weapon up. But it's probable that we won't be able to get both on our single floor here. The reason I want to get another weapon up is we're going to have to start using missiles soon. If we could just get a 2nd laser, then we can power down Artemis until we really need it. And get some more value out of it later. So I'm going to try to take out their shields with the missile. Seems to have worked well. Burst laser is then going to shoot on their weapons. And now they only have a laser. Mind you, it's going to be a laser that's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. I was speechless there for a second because that thing does 6 fucking shots? That's crazy. Luckily, we have an NG who can repair stuff. Oh my god. And then, of course, Artemis missed. Oh, at least we took the laser offline. We have to keep that laser offline. They have a crazy good system here. Like, their weapons are nuts. And, like, that's a great combination that I would be able to get a lot of use out of as well. Oh, we can now, with 2nd level of sensors, because we just repaired them, we can see what's going on their ship. Maybe it would be good to just keep the NG in here instead, so we could focus on, you know, where we want to shoot. They're gonna, well, there's nobody there, but they are gonna die soon, as long as I just land 2 shots here. Their bomb didn't even fire, which is great. We get 31 scrap, which is pretty good, so that's gonna be our next level of engine power, giving us another 5% chance to dodge, I think. Depower the medbay for now. I like keeping this guy in the sensor room. Maybe it's better to put him on shields, though. We can always move him if we want to micro him. I mean, you're probably listening to that and you're saying you don't want to micro him, and you're right, but still, we could. Alright, so they have... Wait a minute, intruders detected. Oh, because they took over my pilot with mind control. That's okay. I always feel like we have a little bit of a benefit against Zoltans in an asteroid field, but they do have the same level of shields that we do. Are they going to completely take out my piloting system? That's fucking frustrating. Okay, where do we land these shots then? I always think, well, we shouldn't shoot, I'm not going to shoot it all. Whoop, that's the wrong button. I'm not going to shoot it all yet, actually. I'm going to wait for an asteroid, which should come soon. Yeah, to take out their energy shield, which it did. And I really should have shot, because there goes, my weapon system. As soon as I get a chance here, I did fire. Oh, okay, this is really bad, actually. Okay, engineer, you've got to repair the weapon system. That's got to happen. We at least took out one of their weapons. I'm not too worried about the mind-controlled unit. Maybe I should be. Tomo's a little bit worried about the mind-controlled unit. I'm not sure if you heard him there. We need to land Artemis again, and I think it's best to land it on their shields so that our burst laser is ready to go. Now, everyone get back to your positions. No, you should stay. You should just go heal the sensors, basically. There we go. Okay, so their shields are not out. What's wrong? What's up with that? They must have repaired them, I guess. Here comes the Zoltan. Oh, it fucking missed. Okay, we fire burst laser on the shields and hope to do some damage. Or an asteroid, an opportune asteroid. Nope. Okay, they're actually fighting, like taking out my shields. That scares the shit out of me. I guess I should start treating like mind-controlled crew members as if they're not crew members at all, as if they're actually like enemies. So we'll try to starve them of oxygen, and we can always heal them later. So we did land a good shot there on the shields. We're going to fire another one on the shields to try to injure this guy, so he has to go back to wherever. And we've actually started a fire now. Everybody go back to your positions. Close all doors. This NG's not going to die. I refuse to let it happen. Burst. Ah, there we go. Okay. We're going to be fine. We are going to be fine. Just give it a second. I promise you, this is going to work out. There we go. We will power one of the engines down, power up the medbay. If you gotta heal, now's the time. So NG's gonna get back here. Yerimar, is that our pilot? It is. You're gonna get back here. And all things considered, you know what the worst part of that fight is? We used a lot of missile parts. If it wasn't for that, no big deal. We're not going to get hit by any of these asteroids, so everyone just go back to base. Why do we have 0 evade? Oh, because there's no pilot? Okay, makes sense. And there we go. Make sure to save our layout, and pretty soon we'll be able to jump away. That was an alright fight, except for the fact that we used so many missiles. So, next thing we upgrade, I think, should be shields, unless we get a chance to buy a weapon. You jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, its NGX escort takes you for their attacker and retaliates. They refuse all hails. Okay, this is some bullshit right here. They have 3 drones, but only an ion weapon, so they can't do any damage to me. If I can at least figure out a way to solve them, then that's okay. Do they have... No, they don't have like a hacking system or anything like that. Oh, they do have 1 laser, but that's not going to do anything. So let's just focus here. I think we should just shoot on their shields, honestly. As long as we take out their shields, they can't do anything. They invested way too much into defensive drones. They're going to be hard to kill, sort of, but if you just have a laser, then that completely like cuts through all of their defenses like butter, basically. It might be a long fight, but there's no reason for us to waste missiles by firing them in here, so this is kind of a shitty way to do things. Hopefully they surrender, maybe even give us a crew member or something. Oh, I guess, you know, with their ion weapon and the fact that they have a laser, they actually could do damage. It's just extremely unlikely. We'll see anyway. There's not even like any impetus or any reason, I guess, to avoid using a needlessly fancy word in a situation that doesn't warrant it. There's really no reason to fire on their drone control unit. The only reason these drones can be a problem is if they like literally physically block the shot, which can happen, but is not necessarily likely. They didn't get their shields back up in time, so I managed to land 1 shot. That'll at least set their repairs back. Looks like we had someone just level up here. Yeah, our pilot is now 2nd level pilot, I guess. That's cool. This could be the end of the fight right here. Nope. I'm tempted to use a missile, but again, I shouldn't use the missile. I should resist that temptation because it's much better for us to save those missiles. 1 missile against an enemy that could kill us is way better than 1 missile just to save some time. Wouldn't have even saved very much time at all. We get 27 scrap, 1 fuel, 1 drone part. Decent payout. We'll hit the distress beacon, and there is a store coming up, so I'm kind of saving the scrap, even though I would love to get a 3rd bar of shields. Hello, we used our last FTL fuel to jump to the station. They indicate a burnout husk of debris and warped metal. As you see, the war must have spread to the sector. We've been stranded ever since. We can give them fuel or apologize and move on. 2 fuel's not so bad. I'll give it to them. They gave us 1 reactor power. It's a pretty good payout, I would say. It does mean that if we end up not... Yeah, we can still make it to the exit this way. If we end up not being able to buy anything from the store, we can basically just justify picking up an engine power pretty easily. Greetings. It is so good to see you. We've been out of fuel and floating here for weeks. We were terrified if a pirate or those damn rebels would find us first. Could you spare some fuel? Okay, but it's getting a little scary. Okay, so they've given us the Hermes, or the Hermes missile. I'm going to take a look at this in my ship, my like extra equipment menu. Standard but powerful missile. It requires 1 missile, it does 3 damage, and it has a chance to stun, breach, and cause a fire. So does the Artemis, though. So I think now, this only requires 1 power. The Hermes missile requires 3 power, but it's good. It's really good. So I do want to use the Hermes missile rather than the Artemis, but we need to get 2 extra weapon power first, which would cost us 35 and 50. That would cost us 85. I do have the reactor power to do it, though, and then we could sell the Artemis as well. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. We'll see if this ends up working. For now, we're going to stick with Artemis and Burst Laser, but it's going to cost us, but hopefully it ends up working out. I know Kate's actually beaten FTL because she is a smarter person than I am, but she swears by the Hermes missile as a very important tool for her success. So I'm going to open the doors like this, and this is just to like suck all the oxygen out of this room that the Mantis is trying to get to in the first place. But then once they get into the med bay or the door area, we'll just lock them in so they end up in kind of a screwed position. They have a bomb and a laser. That, you know, it's intimidating, I guess, but not so bad. They're going to take out our oxygen. I think there's basically no way for us to get around that. Let's land this missile on the... Oh, we should have trapped them in there. That was my mistake. Close this up here. Trying to land a missile on their shields. It worked, and then we'll land a laser on their weapons. Good. They're very much inhibited there. We're going to close off the med bay and maybe power it up. And we're going to do that so we can put our units in the med bay. Actually, they didn't take out our oxygen, which is great. But yeah, our units in the med bay should be fine. They're still going to be able to land a bomb here, so we're going to focus on going after their weapons. Our oxygen's been stunned, which is really scary. And are they going to be able to take out weapons? Probably, so I'm just going to very quickly fire off a missile just in case that can drastically help me out. Yep, they took out 1 bar of our weapon power. This Mantis is just dead. All right, so close all doors quickly. We need to get an NG back. Close all doors quickly, thank you. We need to get an NG back into that room to repair the weapons. ASAP, even if they are going to take damage along the way. Artemis is charged up. Let's go for their shields. It's another missile down. Pain in the ass, but we got it done. All right, everyone back to your rooms. I don't think we even need to med bay. Using a lot of resources. That's what scares me. So I'm going to upgrade weapons twice. We will be able to get 1 more reactor power. Yes, there we go. Sorry, we will be able to get 1 more reactor power and put that power back into engines when we go to our store, which we're going to do right now. Unless we buy something else there, but I find that kind of unlikely. Let's see what we got. Repair bomb and fire bomb. Repair bomb might be a new thing. That's kind of cool. They have a second page as well with some crew members. I would love to get some crew members, but instead, we're just going to sell Artemis. Doesn't sell for very much, but we got to sell it regardless. And you know what? Before we get that extra power, I think we should just focus on buying some fuel. We can exist with like a 5% lower dodge chance. It's going to be very difficult for us to exist if we don't have fuel, though. So I think this is the right play. Remember, the Hermes missile... This ship doesn't seem so bad. I probably won't even need to use a missile here. The Hermes missile only uses 1 missile, like the Artemis, but it does 5 times as much damage. Is that correct? It does 3 damage, I think. But I thought I saw 5 damage on it at some point. Not sure what that's all about. Doesn't really matter for now. We'll keep it charged up. It's nice to have, it's our backup plan, basically. It's our little doctor. But, we're not going to need to use it right away, in all likelihood. But this is basically a sacrifice that I've made to make us a little bit more scalable into the late game, hopefully. We'll see. Shields are completely down. We go on engines next because ion weapons can't do shit to us, basically. And I would still like to get more lasers, don't get me wrong, but I feel a little bit better from a weapon standpoint yet. Or now, I should say. At least we upgraded our offensive capabilities. Defensive capabilities have not really gotten much better on this sector. But we did upgrade our engines once, I guess. More scrap, please. That is 33 scrap, which is pretty good. And we'll upgrade our reactor. And we do that so that we can get more engine power. Next thing we get, for sure, is extra shields. A 3rd bar of shields is super important when we end up facing... Yeah, we don't want to give up fuel for drone parts. 3rd bar of shield, super important once we start facing, you know, ions, flak cannons, etc., etc. Let's see what we've got going on here. Just give me a moment here. Sorry about that, I have returned. Let's continue here. There's a number of privately owned ship construction platforms in the area. You find one that has a slot open for some immediate work. Sure, let's inquire about their specialty. They offer to upgrade your oxygen system in exchange for 19 scrap. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? Sure, let's go through with that. So they've upgraded the oxygen system by 1. You know, we probably don't need oxygen as we go to the NG-controlled homeworlds here. We probably don't need a 2nd level of oxygen, but they did upgrade it for what's probably below market value. Maybe, like 1 below market value. That's okay. It really has a positive impact on our oxygen. That's about all I can say about that, but I'm glad to have it, I guess. Alright, so here we go. We might end up, now that we're up against 3 shields, because this is really why I had to get another weapon, is going up against 3 shields when you have a burst laser that only shoots 3 times is not going to really do anything for you. So having the Hermes missile here is super important. So what we can do is drop the Hermes on their shields right off the bat, and then the burst laser can come in and pick up the scrap. So let's see if we can take out all 3 bars of shields in one shot here. We took out 2 of them. That's pretty good. I think then we should just seriously fire the burst lasers in to finish the rest. Oh my god, they like all missed. Well, we can use another missile if they manage to repair. They're going to be dropping ion bombs, but that one missed. We had another level up there, I think. Oh, that last miss actually hurts. So we're going to use another Hermes missile. Land it in on their shields. Okay. this is where we start to begin to run out of missiles. And there's no reason to fire our burst laser right now because we can't do damage. We can't get around their, we can't get around their 3 bars of shields unless we take them down with a missile shot. There we go. And then we're gonna keep them down like this. Fucking, they've done the same strategy that I did, which is basically like, you know, bump up your engines as much as possible. Look at, I mean, we are getting a ton of misses here, or sorry, they're getting a ton of misses, which is awesome. I'm actually very excited by that fact, but don't miss, don't miss. Hey, we actually managed to land a shot there, which means I technically don't have to use another missile. Hey, they keep missing enough too, which is great. All right, we landed it again. We can keep doing this. They actually did land an ion bomb on our weapons, which is going to keep me out of commission for quite some time here. Could just jump away, but we're winning this fight. I haven't even been damaged yet. If I have to use one more missile to at least collect something for this fight, that's fine, man. As long as the next ion doesn't land on our weapons, because it does keep us out of commission for like 4 rounds of enemy combat. Man, it was such a clutch idea to upgrade the engines. Thank you for yelling at me for like a year, chat, or comments, to upgrade my engines more often, because seriously, it's really saving us from a fight that could have torn us apart. They are missing like roughly 1 in every 3 shots, so we're just gonna land. If the Hermes missile lands, the fight's over, so there we go. It had to be done. Defensively, we feel pretty good now. 26 scrap, and we got 1 missile back. That's, you know, really not what I was looking for, but missile back is one of the top 8 or 9 Canadian bands of the 80s and 90s. The distress signal originates from a small NG ship under attack by a rebel fighter, but when rebels see Federation markings, they turn to attack. They have a crazy beam and a small laser and intruders, which scares the crap out of me. Is this really the layout that I had people in? I mean, if they destroy that first bar of oxygen power, it's actually meaningless, so that's fine. Let's fire the burst laser on their shields to try to take them out ASAP. Might have to, let's just use a Hermes missile. It looks like we're, oh, that's so shitty. Looks like we're probably gonna have to prioritize missiles as something that's, you know, on our docket, basically. I'm gonna send in our NG to fight here just so we have a numbers advantage, and we'll close all the doors so that we don't die. We should be able to win. Mantis human NG versus human. Unless they're super skillful, it should be an easy win for us. Trying a Hermes missile again on the shields. Don't miss, don't miss. Alright, that's a really, really good hit, actually. And because they can't really do damage to us, I'm just gonna keep focusing on the shields here, make sure they stay offline. Yeah, with 0 bars of shields, they're pretty much screwed. Their beam's not gonna have a chance to get through here, so I'm gonna aim on the engines. Probably should go for teleporter at some point as well, just so they don't beam back onto my ship and cause me some problems like they, well, like one of them just did. The other ones might actually be dead. But we're gonna win here. It was at a cost, though. We did use a lot of missiles to make it happen. We'll fire on... oh, they actually managed to get it in there. Okay, we'll fire on weapons next, and they'll die. Which is great news. Oh, they'll come close anyway. It'll take everything offline. Doesn't really matter what we shoot at next, does it? Make sure we close all doors, and then we'll get ready to send people back to their stations of choice. Pretty good. Okay, we get 18 scrap. The NG vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped, barely a runabout, really. They're trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. We can give them 25 scrap, 40 scrap, 2 missiles, and 2 fuel, or nothing. I'm gonna give them 25 scrap. In return, they gave me an anti-combat drone, which, to be honest with you, is not useful now, but on our way forward here, we can probably sell that and then buy missiles and fuel, or get a 3rd bar of shields up as an exchange. Now, this is a better way of buying fuel, so we actually are gonna spend all of our scrap to buy 6 of it. Or all of the scrap that they would let me spend to buy 6 of it. We're now set for fuel for at least a little while, but yeah, we are in trouble from a missile standpoint for sure. Alright, let's pause for a second. They have an Artemis-style missile launcher, an ion stunner, a teleporter, and a laser. That's, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary. How do we want to do this? Why don't you get in the shield room, and we'll open up a path here with our doors, get the oxygen sucked out of this area, and then start closing doors around them as they move. They do only have only 2 bars of shield, so if I land a lucky shot on the shield bay, we can really cause some problems for them. No, we actually missed like all of those, so let's get a Hermes missile off as soon as possible. Our door system is actually fucked up now, which is really nasty. We're going to send that NG and the human to repair it as soon as possible, even though the oxygen's out. We could also depower engines a little bit and power up oxygen more, but we won't do that until we can actually get those doors closed. Might have to power up the med bay in the meantime as well. Did our Hermes missile... It must have. I think our Hermes missile actually missed the shop. Or sorry, missed the shields. Sorry, a little too much Isaac. Okay, medbay is depowered. That's really nasty. Okay, play it cool. Close all doors. Oxygen's got to go up to the next level. Hermes missile should land on their shields, or should be shot at their shields at least. Where do these guys go next? I guess they go to the pilot area. You know what? We only need one level of doors. Get to the pilot area, fix that while the oxygen comes back over the rest of the ship. Hermes missile actually lands. Good time for the burst laser to come in and attack their weapons. Good, good, dude. Took some stuff offline. That's all we really need. Our sensors are out, but that's okay. Remember, all doors are still closed. Now we send them to the med bay. There should be enough oxygen in there. Oxygen on the ship right now is at 77, which is actually really good. Now, our shields are completely out. That's really scary. But we can't really... We should fight this guy, but we need to get sensors up first, I think. So we're going to use another missile. This missile's going to go on shields. Please land. Excellent. And then we're going to go on weapons again, just to fuck with them. All right, and they are going to give us enough, so we'll accept it. Okay, close all doors. Everything's got to be repaired here. Power up the med bay, power up the shields. That was a very scary situation. We got out of it, but it was a very scary situation. So if you're hurt, get to the med bay, please. And if you're not, then start fixing some shit up. Now, the big thing that we got there is the shield charge booster. So, boost the ship's shield charge recharge... Sorry, ship's shield recharge rate by 15%. That's super useful. That could make the difference between life or death. It could make the difference between our shields coming back before they get another weapon charged up or not. So, I think it was definitely worth picking up, and I very, very rarely turn down augments when given the choice. So, you know, we still need to get that third bar of shields up. That's something that's very much on my priority list, but for now, we're still fine. And, you know, our health is still great as a result of the healing. Okay, a small platform orbits near this beacon. It looks like a refueling station of some sort. It is cheerily broadcasting reasonable prices and spectrum of frequencies and languages. Sure, let's dock with it. That gave us 3 damage to our hull. The refueling station welcomes you into one of its berths, and as you hail them, there's an explosion from your engine room. While assessing the damage, you detect a pirate ship closing in fast. Okay, so they have an ion stunner. Oh, we took damage to our engines right off the bat. We're gonna... Mantis is useless at repairing, so we're going to send in an NG to help with that job. Get that dodge chance up as soon as possible. They have a stunner, a beam, a laser, and of course, we should really shoot as soon as possible. And of course, the Zoltan energy shield. But I think we're gonna be able to, come out of this just fine. It depends how good that ion stunner ends up being for them. Doesn't really matter what we shoot on for now, as long as we're shooting. Okay, now the Hermes missile's up. The question is whether we want to use the Hermes missile now, or whether we want to take a shot and see if we can make it work. I think we try to land the Hermes missile on the shields. Come on, come on, come on. Good hit. Okay. Now we go for weapons. And take those completely out. 4 fuel, 4 missiles, and 22 scrap. That turns a big profit for us, so I'm very happy to accept that offer. If they're nice enough to extend it, and they were. So, we ended up turning a profit on that, which is very nice. Anytime I can generate more missiles, I basically don't have a choice in the matter. Oh, they're going to try to just get away as soon as possible. Not sure why the frame rate tanked for a second there, but that's okay. Probably because I got a message on Skype. Now, they have a defense drone. I mean, I don't know what the other one is yet, but... Does that mean it's impossible for me to land a missile? Let's try. Just test it out. Yeah, it's impossible for us to land a missile. Well, that effectively means that we should just get the hell out of here as soon as possible. Because, oh, man. Without being able to damage them, we just gotta run, basically. I hate to do it, but we've gotta get the fuck out of here. Get that second bar of shields up as soon as possible. Oh, my God. You know what, NG? As much as I would love to keep you there, you gotta go to the medbay, dog. We're about to jump. Okay, good, good, good. And there... it's like there's a store somewhere? No, I didn't go to the store because I thought I could get more scrap if I just ran away. Oh, good. Asteroid field. That's definitely, like, the ideal place for us to be right now. Oh, my God. Our door systems are out. Shields. At least we got 1 bar of shields back up. We gotta get these weapons out there. That's obvious. You know, Engine Man, you can get back in here. This is not good. But at least he's taking his sweet time attacking the sensors. Alright, now, NG, you gotta get in here, and we're gonna send the Mantis into the shield room as well to fight the human. But mostly, you know what? NG's gotta get back into the medbay, I think, now. And the Mantis and humans should be able to take it. Okay, get the Hermes up. Fire the burst laser, take down their shields, and let the asteroids do the rest of the work. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. The human's gonna die. Oh, they teleported him away. Okay, Angie, you come back in here. Fix up the shields. Weapons got hit by an asteroid. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, shields are up. That means everybody comes back here into the weapons area, except you. You go to the med bay and heal up a little bit. All right, burst laser's back. We can hurt them. Their oxygen systems are completely down, which might help me out. Oh, that was good. Okay. Through a luck of the draw type situation, we ended up hurting their shields at just the right time for an asteroid to fit in. You should pretty much just keep manning the weapons area, I think, while the engineer fixes everything else. And the human can fix the doors as well, because we want to make sure that we're good to go when we get out of here. Burst laser's ready. We're going to wait for an asteroid to come in and hit them. It missed. Let's try it again. Oh, you're going to send an NG to attack a Mantis. Okay, there. They got hit. Let's send a burst laser in. This could actually kill their pilot in there as well. Good, he's dead, and the shields got hurt. That's very, very nice for us. NG, you get back into the shield room. All right, the Mantis is going to kill their NG. We don't need to use the Hermes missile. Our shields are down thanks to their ion weapon. What a bunch of dicks, right? Like, this is just completely mutually assured destruction here. Everyone go back to your rooms of choice. Oh, I had the rooms, like, completely backwards. Yeah, walk through the fire some more. That's a good idea. Okay, Hermes missile comes in on the shields. We have to end this. Didn't miss, much to my surprise. Burst laser comes in on the shields. Why shields? Yeah, surrender. Thank you. We won. But we're still gonna take damage because our fucking shields are borked. Okay, you know what? You need to get, like, micromanaged here. We're gonna send you over here now. Oh, shields, come back up, please. Angie, fix up the med bay. Oh, of course there's a breach out there. Alright, shields are back up. We gotta fix some stuff. You should really fix this breach as soon as possible. We're gonna get out of this. Whether we deserve to or not is another question altogether, but, was it well managed? Maybe, maybe not. Everybody get healed up in here a little bit. I bet our pilot was just, like, completely oblivious to the whole situation. He's like, you guys having trouble back there? Nah, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, we lived. It's approaching a very long episode now, but that's okay. We're not even close to the end. But if we win, how amazing would that be? All right, everyone's good. Everyone's good. Back to base. We'll jump. We can go to the exit, I guess. I'm kind of surprised we pulled that out. We're not in very dire circumstances if we could just get that third bar of shields up and then heal. You arrive at a beacon located in a civilian star system. A nearby colony contacts you. We've got a rogue rebel ship harassing this system. Do you have time to find it? Sure, let's go looking for it. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Whatever. We'll go to the distress beacon, come back, and then leave then. Because I feel strong now. At the distress beacon, hail them to offer assistance. It's the asteroid belt one again. Let's try to shield their ship with ours. We took 4 damage to our hull, but we got 16 scrap, which does actually heal us up a little bit. Because we have the automatic scrap turn into good stuff thing. I'm scared, because a missile, like, what we run into now is that, like, a single missile could basically kill us. Maybe I've played a little bit too aggressively, but I've been encouraged by a lot of the stuff we've had happening so far as well. I think I've done a pretty good job prioritizing properly for once. And we head to the store. This is great news. So, at the store, we do have 2 pages here. The crew members, missiles. There's another laser, which would be awesome to buy, but we need to heal. So, we're not going to fix all. We're just going to fix up to, like, there. Do we need to buy anything else? Long-range scanners. We can't afford anything else. So we're just going to buy more fuel and move on. Definitely. Oh, wait. That was stupid. We have something to sell. Our drone sells for 17. We could buy long-range scanners. Additional information about beacons on the star map. I would rather just get a little closer to that third bar of shields, which I know I've been harping on, but I can't stress enough that if we don't get that up on this sector and ASAP, we're in a really tough situation. So that was nothing. We'll keep jumping around here. I think Sector 5 is like the furthest we've gotten on this series, which is I'm not proud of. Oh my god, okay. They have a hacking drone. Luckily, that went into our door system, which doesn't mean anything. And this is basically like the same situation. Unless that ion is amazing, I really don't see them doing a lot of damage to me here, so we can just focus on taking out their shields. Oh my god, does one of their things shoot at us? Or that their drone shoots at our lasers as they come in. So we're going to try to shoot a Hermes missile at the same time we shoot a burst laser. And maybe we can sneak a shot in there. Okay, it worked. Don't tell me it didn't. We're going to have to repeat that a couple of times, but it's still important. Oh, okay, our engineer got stunned there. How did they get by our shields? The ion stunner. It's too good. Okay, Hermes missile comes in. Burst laser comes in. Choose which one you want to kill. You know what? We're going to jump away. This one's just a little bit too risky to stay and waste too much time on. That was a losing battle. We would have just hemorrhaged parts, I think. The satellite defense system has gone haywire. The repair crew can't approach it without being fired on. We'll promise to help. We'll use our NG crew to remotely repair it. 52 scrap, 2 missiles, and a drone part. That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff. We need 100 to get the capacity for another bar of shields. And we need another 50 or so to get the power. 60 maybe, so 160 might be what we want. What appears to be a Zoltan science ship requests permission to dock. This game is making me cynical, but I still want to help these scientists. We docked with them all night. Gave us a decent number of scrap, a good amount of fuel as well. Can we... How are we going to make it? We're going to have to go through the nebula to chart a decent course to this exit, unfortunately. I don't want to do it, but that's what I get. Okay, so we are near like a pulsar and a plasma storm. This is fantastic. They have a flat cannon and a charge laser with 4 shots, is that correct? And we have such limited power. We have no shields. Let's take some of our engine power away. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll take some of our engine power away. Get at least 1 bar of shields and the Hermes laser, because otherwise we're fucked. The Hermes missile, I should say. I know we have 0 bars of engine power now, but this has to be done. I think, at least. Weapons have got to go down on that enemy ship, or we are going to get torn up. That flat cannon is going to make our life real hard. Let's land a shot on their shields with the Hermes. Thank God that actually worked. Go back to the weapons. This flat cannon's going to hurt like a bitch. Okay, yep. Engines and oxygen down. But that's okay for now. Hermes missile on their shields again. And burst laser. Oh, no. Burst laser on the weapons, though. Didn't take out the flat cannon, unfortunately. It's okay. The shit's getting repaired here. Hermes on the shields. Here comes the flat cannon. Oh, it missed again. The flat cannon took out all of our weapons and very nearly killed the human in question here. I can't depower anything to power up... Excuse me? I can't depower anything to power up the medbay, so I've just got to leave him in here, basically. That's his best chance at survival. Our engines are down, so I can't actually fly away either. This is a very scary situation. The longer I play FTL Advanced Edition, the more respect I get for the flat cannon, as it just completely tears our ship to shreds. Got 3 health left. We could power up our FTL, but I really thought that we had a better chance of actually just winning the fight, because their shields were so bad, but it doesn't seem to be working out that way. Okay, we gotta take out their weapons. Oh, they're trying to get away. They've taken all power away from their weapons. We're gonna try to land a shot on their shields and then burst laser. Why is our oxygen has no power? Okay, that was dumb of me. We're gonna go down to no shields and get oxygen back up to level 2. Don't die, don't die. Oxygen to level 1 and the medbay powered up. I think our Zoltan's fucked. Oh my god, we made it. We missed with our Hermes shot. Gotta land a shot on the engines, maybe. Oh, keep them from getting away, please. Their weapons, they're not... we went through all of that for nothing. For nothing. Okay, you scums. We did lose 1 crew member, didn't we? We must have, yep. Okay, that was stupid of me. Oh, this is not good. Not a good situation. Oxygen's on level 1. Might as well power up our FTL, I guess. Depower burst laser for now. Yeah, everyone's gonna get healed up. Ooh, what a, maybe you shouldn't have gone through the nebula. Might have been better to actually fight a ship from the rebel fleet. Everyone get back to your stations. Man, that sucks. And I think our only choice is to go through another nebula. You know, the only way out is through. And of course we're in danger again. What do we have here? Just pause for a second. Shields have to go up. Can we actually power up burst laser? Yes, and we can get engines all the way up. But no sensors. That's okay. This could be worse. It could be exactly the same situation we had last time, which was awful. So, Hermes missile on the shields is a fairly standard tactic here. Just keep... Oh, there go our sensor. Well, our sensors didn't even work here anyway, so I'm not feeling too bad about the fact that they definitely don't work now. Take out the weapons. Take out the weapons. All right. They did quite a number on our shields, but at least we did take out their weapons to some extent. Let's get the Hermes missile to land again. I hate rock plating so much. Hermes missile, come on. Good, good. Shields are down, which means weapons are easy pickings. Although apparently, despite landing 3 direct hits, they still managed to keep 2 weapons up, which beats me, but let's get ready for this missile to tear us apart. Ah, didn't actually do that much damage. Well, it didn't do much meaningful damage, at least. There we go. They're in red for weapons, but they still have stuff online. Fuck me, I guess. Let's land a Hermes missile on their shields. Beautiful, they're dead. Glad we did that. Plenty of scrap. That means we're gonna go up here in one of those. Now, by taking 1 engine bar power away, we actually can get 3 bars of shields. Is there hope for us yet? We do have a passive healing ability. Costs us scrap, so I guess it's not 100% passive, but I'm just saying it could happen. We move on. Does this allow us to get to the exit? We can do 2 jumps and get to the exit this way. There's no need to rush to the next sector. If we're gonna die, we might as well die here. We got a scrap recovery arm and 24 scrap. What's the scrap recovery arm? Allows the ship to collect 10% more scrap. That means we get 5% less, but we heal. That's good. If you combine it with the shield repair arm. That's pretty useful. Looks like we're in danger right off the bat. We have intruders on board. And their ship looks pretty nasty. Lots of things that go past our shields. Oh, come on, you spawn in the weapon room? Well, okay, we're gonna do this then. Hopefully you don't take out anything. Yes, okay, thank God. Man, the oxygen runs out super quickly when we open the doors. As you might expect. They landed a shot in on our engines, but that's okay. For now. That's less okay. Close all doors for now. Yeah, this is bad. But this is an important moment. Before NG, just get into the medbay, please, and then we'll depower engines 1 to power up this, and you need to get out of the engine room and probably go to the medbay, but don't die in the process. This should be interesting. So Hermes is out. Please land. It did. Now we go on their weapons. We took out 1 weapon, but they have hindered our oxygen. Not the end of the world. Really, really... Oh, they took out our medbay. That's actually kind of scary. Really need to stop them from taking out at least our last bar of shields. I think this is it. I think this is where we die. Their weapons have got to go, though. We got one last, like, Hail Mary crack at this here. Oh, the medbay is not going to be back in time. Everyone hole up in the pilot room. Don't die on your way out. Don't die on your way out. Ooh. Oh, we lived and they died. Okay. Okay. Now we oxygen's out. We gotta get an NG in there. We can't heal until the med bay's fixed. Oh, shit. Pilot's gotta go. Pilot and it's gotta be pilot and NG. Now, can the NG even make it through here without dying due to oxygen deprivation? Alright, burst laser, do your thing, man. Nope, we're gonna get fucked here. At least that shot landed in the oxygen room before we got there. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, we might actually make it out of here. All doors are closed, yes. We got 2 bars of oxygen up, which is kind of what we need at this point. Our shields are completely down. Oh, that's gonna do it. Well, it was a good run while it lasted. I thought so anyway. How was our score there? 1800? 1900. All right. It's not top. It's not even close, but that was all right. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It was a long, long trip, but if you did, make sure to click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more FTL in the future. Thanks for your support on the series so far. Hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you next time.